If you've been struggling with bad credit and you want to get those negative items removed from your credit report in just 4 days, this video is for you. Now, this video I'm going to react to today comes from Credit Coach Q. He's known for giving hacks and shortcuts to credit repair to his audience in hopes of clearing their credit reports, giving them a significant boost to their credit scores. In this video, Q claims to have a secret hack using the data breach along with some sort of affidavit to help you delete all negative items and debt from your credit report in just 4 days. Let's take a look.
Now, let's dive straight into the meat and potatoes of this video, guys. I'm super excited about this video because I know you guys have been asking for a video after I made the human trafficking video. I told the audience to comment TransUnion if you wanted a legit option to remove anything from your credit report without having to claim that you was a victim of human trafficking, right? So this video is going to help a lot of people because this video is backed by actual law and it gives a window, a very short window for success, right? So let's get started. So the first thing you have to understand is this is going to be the verbiage all written down on how to do this, right? So this is going to be the law, the FCRA.
So first things first, I've watched a lot of Q's content and he will put up a title saying, hey, remove things in 2 weeks, remove things in 14 days, remove things in 30 days, remove things in 21 days. And somewhere during the video, he always goes back to the fact that credit repair actually does take 35, 45 days per round, which means basically per month or per every time you submit a new request for information. So it's a little bit of clickbait typically, but I'm interested to see what this hack is, because when you go down to saying you can remove things in 4 days, I got to figure out what it is that you're doing, how you're even submitting information, because to do legal credit repair, typically speaking, you need to submit things through snail mail in order to comply with the FCRA. Now, people will say, Jay, you can go ahead and upload things to their websites and this and that. Yes, but the FCRA doesn't actually apply to those things. The FCRA only applies to information that's submitted by snail mail. So when you say 4 days, that's not even enough time to send a piece of mail to allow it to enough time to get to the bureaus. So let's see what's going on here.
FCRA 605B 15 USC 1681 C2 now requires removal of each item from the credit report which you identify in your complaint within 4 days of the complaint. So this is based by law, like I said, guys. By law, if you file a identity theft report, they only have 4 days from the complaint being submitted to the CFPB for you to remove it. Now,
so already I got red flags just going off all crazy in my head, because he went from talking about human trafficking in another video, which I may have to react to that after seeing this one, to talking about identity theft. He's telling you that you can get any negative item removed from your credit report by filing identity theft. Now, here's the way this works. When you do submit an identity theft claim through the FTC or the CFPB or whatever the case is, they do immediately pretty much have to remove that information from your credit report. But what he's failing to tell you is this is only during their investigation to see if it truly is identity theft. They're going to take about 30 days, 40 days to go ahead and investigate your identity theft claim. If it's found that you were not a victim of identity theft, not only is that information going to go back on your credit report, not only is it going to basically be non-disputable from that time forward, but you could face federal charges for filing a false claim for identity theft to the federal government. This is a highly dangerous game that he's playing here. But let's continue.
What you would need in this is a copy of the most recent credit reports. I'm gonna teach you how to get that. Completed FTC identity theft affidavit. I'm gonna teach you how to do that. And your unique CFPB complaint and a demand for deletion. I'm gonna teach you how to do that. Now, the first thing you have to do is obtain the credit report and identify the negative items that you want to remove. Now, once you have your credit report, guys, it's really easy from there. Now, you can go to identityiq.com. Now, if you want to do it for free, you can go to annualcreditreport.com and pull your 3 credit report through there. Now, in order for you to do this, you are going to need to, you're going to go through the My Credit Approved system. You're going to need to file a complaint with the FTC, and you're going to need to file a complaint with the CFPB. So let's dive straight in. So the first thing that you want to do is sign up for My Credit Approved, get started there, import all of your negative items. Once you get here, you're going to select the reason that you are disputing this particular account. Now, once you have selected, and in this case, I would recommend you select identity theft, because we are going to use identity theft as a major component for this dispute. Now, the reason why I say
So where I take issue with this right off the mark is he hasn't even told you that you need to be a victim of identity theft. He's just assuming that because you have negative information on your credit report, and that because a lot of times on every consumer's credit report, you will find inaccurate, invalid, incomplete information, that you can just claim identity theft. But what he's not taking into account here is that these accounts that you are claiming identity theft on, they're going to look at a few factors. So let's go over those factors, right? They're going to look at, did you actually apply for this account? Did you apply for it? And through what means did you apply for it? Because they can check your IP address. They can check where you applied for something through, because everything is digital in 2024. Second, they're going to look at the fact of, did you ever make a payment from your bank account on this item on your credit report? If you made payments on this item, how could it have been identity theft? A lot of you guys have credit cards, have loans of any kind of nature, auto loans, mortgages, anything of those types of natures where you've made payments on them. Why in the world would you make payments on an item on your credit report that was procured through identity theft? So the government is going to look at things like this. The CFPB is going to look at things like this. The credit bureaus are going to look at things like this. You can't just go filing identity theft. Be very, very careful of the half-ass information that you're receiving. Because although this may work short term, when it comes back on you, hey, I know you said you were a victim of identity theft. I know you said you didn't open up these accounts, but we see here that you made 4 payments back in 2020. Why would you make those payments if that account was fraudulently procured? That's one question that you can't get away from, of how that happened, that will get you hemmed up for sure. Let's continue.
Say this is because that identity theft guideline gives you the 4 days for it to actually be removed. Now, I don't know if you have heard the news or what, but every American social security number has been breached by hackers like a few days ago. So this is going to be a ripple effect for a lot of identity theft cases potentially. So the credit bureaus are going to expect a lot of identity theft cases. Now, in this case, we're going to use the Equifax data breach, but you can use that data breach. You can use this one that just was released saying that every American social security number has been hacked. In this case, for your dispute reason, you're going to do identity theft. Now, once you do identity theft towards the negative item that you want to dispute, you want to scroll down and you want to create the letter, right? Now, in this section, we're going to create 2 different letters, right? Now, we're going to create a letter. The first one is going to be called manual. You're going to type in first. Okay, so let's back up. So the first thing you want to do is go to 4-step dispute letters, right? Now, don't go to that one. You're going to click round 2. Now, round 2 is going to give you access to the full library of the system. And you're going to go to manual letters and look for this one. It says request to block and remove due to fraud identity theft, right? Now, once you go down, you're going to select the identity theft in the negative accounts that you have already selected, right? In this case, this is a dummy account, so I'm going to only select one, but in your case, you're going to select every negative account that you are going to want to be removed and disputed this round. And then after you select all the ones that you want to dispute, you're going to
So we just assuming that the federal government just dummies now, and that they just gonna be giving away free good credit. It baffles my mind to see how he's going to tell you just to select every negative account. We just going to call every negative account fraudulent due to identity theft. Not even letting you know, hey, you could have accounts that were open in 2018, 2020, 2022, 2024, and you're going to say all of them are by identity theft? What the hell were you doing? What have you been doing over the last 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years that you didn't dispute the initial accounts that were earlier by identity theft? You didn't find out that the identity theft had occurred 4 years ago, 6 years ago, 2 years ago, and all of a sudden everything from that point forward was identity theft? This is just rudimentary thought process. And y'all got to start using y'all brains and y'all context clues when it comes to these types of creators that are simply pitching you their software, trying to tell you how to do fraudulent activity. And y'all got families. Y'all got people that count on you. And you're going to end up getting yourself in crucial financial and possibly legal trouble playing games with the federal credit, with the Federal Trade Commission and these credit bureaus.
Collect next, and it's going to populate all of your information. So as you can see, your social date of birth, who we're sending it to, and everything. Now, this is the letter that you are receiving. It says under the 15 USC, the credit reporting agency must block and remove any alleged pieces of information the consumer considers identity theft within 4 business days of receiving a complaint consisting of the information below. Now, in this system, I want you guys to click somewhere inside of the text description and put your own personal statement. I want you to put a personal statement on what is pertaining to your particular account. If you do not do this, what's going to happen is that this method and this letter is going to be oversaturated. We always come into the letters and redo them, rewrite them just for that purpose, but for the lack thereof, write a personal statement in there is going to give you a better chance of results, along with not oversaturating templates, right? So once you get this, you're going to print this out and get it notarized, right? Now, that's the first letter. Now we're going to go back and actually acquire the affidavit, right? So once we go back, after you printed that one out, you're going to go back and then we're going to type in affidavit of facts, and you're going to select the one you want to do, and then you're going to scroll down, and then you're going to recreate a second letter. Now, this second letter is going to go along with the first letter. You need both of these letters. Now, as you can see, this affidavit of facts look like a court document, and it's because it is a court document. As you can see, the defendant is the Equifax, and that is because of the data breach. It's basically saying that you are disputing everything. All of your information is going to be on here as well. You want to get it notarized in this section right here, and you want to upload your driver's license, social security card, and any supporting documents. Now, you want to need both of these letters before going to the next one, because the next one we're going to file the identity theft affidavit. So we have 2 affidavits. We have affidavit of facts, we have identity theft affidavit, and then we have the first dispute letter for deletion, right? Now, once you do that, you have all of those documents ready, notarized. You want to go to identitytheft.com to get started. You want to type in, I want to report identity theft, right? And select the accounts that you want to do. I'm not going to go further because this is going to be technical and it can change on any individual account, but you are going to go for, you want to select credit cards, loans, or whatever is pertaining to you. And as you can see, they're going to ask you, tell us more about the information that's being misused, and whichever one of these pertain to you is the one you're going to click, and then you're going to click continue. Now, I've already, okay guys, they deleted it, but I had to go in and redo it. This is a dummy, but this is what it's going to look like. It's going to give you a FTC report. I haven't finalized it because this is all fake information, and I don't want to obviously put a fake request in, but this is what it's going to look like, and this is what you're going to need. You're going to need the affidavit of facts right here, and you're going to need to print this out. Once you print this out, you're ready to go to the next step. The next step is going to file a complaint with the CFPB, right? The CFPB. Now let's rewind. Now, once you get to the affidavit, once you get to this identitytheft.gov, you're going to also need to add this personalized statement to the description. Now, they're not going to let you copy it and paste it in, so you're going to have to type, but this is also an example text, so don't use it line for line. Don't use it verbatim or anything like that. You can go to ChatGPT and tell him to like rewrite it or something like that, or you can rewrite it yourself, but don't use this exact verbiage. But this is something along the lines that you need to put inside of the description for the identitytheft.gov. And once you get this document back, you're going to print it out, and you're going to put it to the side along with the other dispute letters. Now, so guys, after you do the identitytheft.gov, you're going to send it over to the credit bureaus. You want to send that off to the credit bureaus along with the 2 affidavits and also the dispute letter. Once you have sent it off to the credit bureaus, I'll say wait 2 weeks, and not 2 weeks. After you send it off to the credit bureau, you're going to want to start your complaint with the CFPB, because the CFPB is going to be the ones that get it off after 4 days.
So the first smart thing that he said is that once you've sent off any complaints or disputes to the credit bureaus, you need to wait before you file a claim with the CFPB, because the claim with the CFPB has to be that you sent the information to the credit bureaus and they didn't respond, or they didn't react in the way that they were supposed to. They didn't investigate, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people are putting out hacks where you just straight skip the credit bureaus altogether. The CFPB is going to check with them to see if you sent in any disputes, because you have to tell the CFPB that they failed on their part. If you don't do step number 1, send the information to the credit bureaus, but you do step number 2, check in with the CFPB to tell them that the credit bureaus didn't act, and you never did step number 1, everything's going to get thrown out altogether. Remember, during credit repair, what you want to avoid first and foremost is becoming known as a frivolous disputer. This makes your disputing efforts in the future infinitely more difficult.
So after you send it off to the credit bureaus, you want to come back to your screen, start your complaint, sign up with the CFPB if you do not already have an account. I already did. Once you get here, there's going to be step 1 of 5. You want to click credit report and other personal credit consumer reports, credit reporting. You want to click next, and then you're going to put in incorrect information on your credit report. Account information incorrect. Have you tried to communicate with them? Yes. You just sent it off. Did you request information from the company? Yes. Verification effects. Okay. No. Click next. Okay. And this is going to be the description. Now, in the description, this is going to be what you're going to want to put. Now, this is an example, guys. Do not put this inside of the description, because if you do, this is going to have and highlight debt that's not yours, right? The CFPB complaint has been filed and requested pursuant to FCRA 605B. The TransUnion credit report actually block information appearing on the consumer report, credit report that result in identity theft and fraud within the next 4 business days of you receiving this complaint. This fraudulent, incorrect, and false information consists of personal credit card account open at American Express. See, your account is not going to say American Express. It's not going to say April 28th. It's going to say whatever your account is and whatever date it is. Do not use this because it's already allocated to certain specific accounts like American Express, Navy Federal, and things like that. But you get the picture. You're going to use verbiage like this. You can even use the verbiage all the way up to here, but you're not going to use this down here because it has specific account information that's not going to pertain to you, and you want to replace those account names and dates with yours that apply, right? Once you do that, you're going to go back over, you're going to type it in. How would you want this to be done? Delete, and you're going to attach the documents. You're going to attach the 2 credit letters that you got from My Credit Approved, and you're going to attach the affidavit that you did with identitytheft.gov. I think it's this one. Yeah, you're going to attach that one.
All right, you guys, look, I've seen enough of this. Essentially, what he's telling you to use is the old 2017 method of it's not mine. But the problem with this is, not only did he have you guys send this to the credit bureaus, which are their own private entities, right? The credit bureaus are not government entities. They're their own separately owned and operated entities. So sending stuff to them, saying that is one thing, which kind of sucks, and it can get your credit repair efforts banned altogether. But that's not that consequential. When you go to the ftc.gov website and you fill out that form and information, and then you go to the CFPB and you submit that notarized information, which is swearing by law that the information you're submitting is factual and true, you have now entered an entirely different realm of consequences. Y'all, I'm going to tell y'all flat out, this information is not good. It may work for short term. It may get things removed off your credit for 30 days, for 60 days, but it is going to come back. And when it does, it will never be removable. Not just that, you might get them boys knocking on your door. And what are you going to do when your children see you walked off in handcuffs, or they see you in court fighting for your freedom or fighting for your financial life? Yes, it can go that far. There are plenty of cases. You can Google them on the internet and find out for yourself what happens when people play this dangerous game. I don't recommend this, but what I will tell y'all is this. If you guys are having credit issues, you're having trouble trying to verify or validate inaccurate, incomplete, or unfair information that's reported on your credit report, y'all, I want y'all to go to my website, go to beastdiy.com and check out my software. The software will help you dispute with the big three credit bureaus, LexisNexis, Innovis, third-party credit reporting agencies, directly with the creditors and collectors themselves. It does the whole thing for you. It'll take you a couple of minutes to go ahead and set everything up and get your first round of letters printed off. And if you guys have some stick-to-itiveness, if you have some accountability for the negative items on your credit report, and you know in your heart that it's going to take some time to get removed, all you need is a helping hand to get you the right information and tell you how to send it off. This is the software for you. You guys don't take the shortcut. Please don't get yourselves in trouble. Do it the right way, get permanent results, and thank me when it's all over. My name is Just Jay Woodfin, your favorite voice on credit. And guys, I want to thank you guys for joining me for this video. I know you guys can go anywhere on the internet for your credit information, but you're here with me. Be blessed.